Today's video, I want to talk about probably the number one reason why most people don't ever get to where they want to get in real estate investing. So obviously there's 1,000 reasons, but a lot of people just fail to really think about the challenges along the way, right? Most people only really look at the set of problems that they're dealing with immediately, and in one form or another just kind of buy themselves another job. So they go from working, like their goal is they have their job and they want to quit and they want to do real estate investing. But what ends up happening is a lot of the times they just trade their one job for a real estate investing job, and all of a sudden, you're working 12, 14, 15 hours a day, and sure, you're making probably a little better money, but you never have any time to go and do the things that you want to do. So what I want to do right now is I want to actually challenge the way that you've been thinking about real estate investing, especially if you're what I would call like a lone wolf, where you're out there and you're doing this currently just all by yourself. And the only way you're going to get from where you want to be now to most likely where you want to get, which is obviously not the version of yourself that, how do I want to say that? The version of yourself now won't be the same version of yourself that you imagine when you get there, right? So you probably imagine having a certain amount of money, doing certain things, but most people forget about the change that needs to happen along the way. One of the biggest things that I see is people try to do everything by themselves. And you need to start thinking, all right, if I'm gonna do this, how do I build myself a team so that my business grows when I'm not there? And one of the questions that we always ask ourselves is, how do I work on something once and then have it work for me for the rest of my life? And that's where you really need to think about building systems for your real estate investing. And one of the easiest ways to build a system is to be using a software like, say, Asana, which is not like Asana where you're in a spa, but it's like the Asana, the task management software. So what you can do is you can set up a system. So if you're going to real estate tax auctions, you can have a full checklist of, all right, you duplicate it, and every time you go to a sale, you click duplicate and you go through the basics of calling the county, when's the sale, how many properties, what are the rules, what type of payment do you take, is there gonna be a resale after, do you have any inventory currently that I can bid on, what happens to the property if it doesn't sell? Those types of questions are very important, and you need to answer that for every single state or county that you go to. So now another example of a system could be maybe you hire somebody in the Philippines or perhaps in India to go and pull all of the data for you. So maybe you go and you hire someone for a few bucks an hour, which is a really good wage for them, and you show them how to call the county, how to pull all of the properties that meet your criteria, and then put it in a spreadsheet of only properties that you're interested in. Because one thing I can guarantee you is you're probably doing way too much minimum wage work right now in your business. And you're never gonna get to the $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to $4,000, $5,000 an hour work if you're always just doing minimum wage stuff like calling counties, researching properties, and all of that stuff that really just anybody can do it. You could train someone in grade 9 to do this stuff for you. In fact, if you have kids, put them to work on this stuff. But that's really how you're gonna get to where you wanna go. Because if you don't have a system in place and people that you can grow and build with, then you're never gonna get there. And one of the things people say is like, oh, well, I don't have any deals yet, or I can't afford it. And well, that's really just a limiting belief. You're telling me that you can't afford an extra maybe $6 or $7 a few days a week to have somebody go and do that grunt work for you and give you the experience of working with people and building a team. But instead, what people do is they'd rather spend that money on like coffee, beer, cigarettes, and a bunch of crap they don't need, when really, next time you buy coffee, you could think, wow, this could buy me 2 hours of work that frees me up on time to focus on the bigger things. So the moral of this story is, if you want to get to where you are, to where you want to be, you're going to need to build a team for your real estate investing. And you need to start now. I don't care if you haven't done any deals. Start thinking that way now, so that when it happens, you can grow with it, and you're not just buying yourself another job where you have no time and no freedom to really do anything you want to do, which is what we really see with a lot of real estate investors. So Once again, we're Tax Lien Certificate School. We have one of the top channels on YouTube for tax lien and deed investing. If you're interested in learning more about tax lien and deed investing, we've got a free book called The ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. There's a link somewhere on this page. You can click that link. It has a whole bunch of free bonuses with it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, and we'll be putting out great weekly content from ourselves and our team. And we're actively out doing tax lien and deed investing all the time and bringing you up-to-date information on this industry. We'll see you soon.